I pushed out from the dock at exactly 6 a.m.
Right.
Friday morning.
All right, and then how did that first day rowing went? You said it was perfect as far as wind and weather went.
Well, yes. So weather was fantastic. It was hot. It was in the 90s, which is like 33 degrees Celsius. Really good weather. But blessing in disguise, all the fishermen want to go out, and so it was just about 50 boats zoom past me, and the first 4 hours sucked. Not fun. I was on my own for 4.5 hours. That first 4.5 hours, that was not fun. Just all the fishermen screaming past me, and which create it was all Kenyan wolves for that first 4.5 hours. Stopped twice, in that time. Like it really hard to try and find somewhere to stop and stand because obviously Kenyan wolves. So I was just searching for rocks, any rocks, and so that sucked. Before I met up with the crew.
You ready for breakfast? Are you ready for breakfast yet?
We've got food.
How are you feeling?
What did you do this for? Settle down for a little bit. You look like any other fool I know. What would you say like that?
All together, cheering her on. Go Abby! Yay! 25 mile mark, was it? No, was it 30 mile mark?
I'm thinking about it.
You hungry? Bought you an iced tea.
And these little boats going past are the ones causing the wake. And then it comes back and it reflects off the sides of the canyon. Go Abby.
Good, Abby.
Go, Abby.
Good, Abby.
Good, Abby. Go, Abby.
Good, Abby.
And you can't wait to get out of this basement.
Get
But if I take you this
more food.
far,
Okay.
you kill me
Righto.
just to find
At the next
a
market.
replacement.
You saying you're hot?
So in the meantime,
But then met up with the crew, with Katie and my dad, Terry, at I think it was around 11:30 in the morning.
Okay.
They were supposed to meet me further down the lake, around 1-ish, but they I think they were worried. I don't know. But luckily, because I was hungry, and because I had so much stuff with me, the boat was heavy, and I just wanted to get it off, So as soon as I met up with them, I ditched all my equipment, everything, because it was just, it was good to see them. At that point, thank God they were there, because it gets really complicated with the twists and the turns and the bends and all these off canyons. It actually gets really complicated, and so luckily they were there, because they would motor forward, stick to a point, and I'd have a line of sight, and I'd just stick to them and just row, and then they'd move forward, and we're just taking bites at times. So luckily they were there for that. And it was hot as well at that point. It was, it had got into the 90s.
And once you hit the midday sun.
Oh yeah, they were hot. I wasn't too bad. I was hot anyway, so I didn't really notice it.
I took Abby's water bottles back to the boat to refill them, and I went to check on her. Her hands and her bottom were really sore because that's what she had to roll and push with. It was very hot. The team
Well, it's getting hot too. Like,
Hurts me just looking at it.
I know.
Go hard, Abby!
Been a few boats go past. Done 47 miles. Houseboat's only a few miles away for a bit more of a rest.
Speak loud.
Pauline from Horse Crossing on the way back to Wolby.
How far is it?
100 miles.
How's she doing so far?
Good.
You good? Is she tired?
Very, very tired.
Very, very tired. How are her hands?
Very painful.
How many more miles does she still have to row?
60.
Good boy.
Approach approaching halfway. Echo! Halfway!
And then we met up with the houseboat, and on there was Mike and Max and my mum. She was unfortunately really sick, so I didn't see much of her the trip. And as soon as I get on that houseboat, it's like just straight, you know, I jump on. Katie's shoving this machine on to get my muscles literally contracting and jumping, which gets the lactic acid out. So I'm just lying down straight away. She's like bringing me, refilling my waters. I'm restrapping my hands because of my blisters. And so it was real, like, you know, team effort, bomb, let's quickly do this as fast as possible. And from there, we punched forward to dangling rope. So that must have been, I think it was about 4 p.m. by that point. And I felt good. Like, I felt really good.
Felt like you can go the whole day, whole way the first day?
Yeah, I felt really good. So I was definitely not holding back. I could go until sunset, and that's what we did.
How'd the cardio hold up? Because I knew you're feeling a little sick when we last talked to you before you let out. I mean, was it tough to breathe at points, or how did that work out?
No, it actually was fine. I was coughing a lot, but no, it was fine. My cardio was, honestly, I didn't puff like the whole time. So I just once I hit my heart rate, and I don't really puff. I just go. My muscles are, you know, I guess they're quite good at aerobic activity. So as soon as I met up for the houseboat, I wanted to punch out as much as I could. So when I met up there, I only know kilometres. So I'd met up, I'd done 70 kilometres by that point. And then, houseboat was in behind me, which was great, because every time I turn around to look where I'm going, I lose balance, and obviously you slow down, and it's painful on your back and your bum because you're twisting. So luckily they sat in behind, and Mike was, Captain Mike, he was fantastic, and he would direct me like left or right just to keep straight, because it's quite hard to keep straight, and and that was so helpful. And so in that last, from I think it was, like 4 till 7:30 at night, I think, is when we stopped. We just went for it, and I was hoofing it. I just left everything out of the gas tank. The water was dead flat. It was fantastic. So I just wanted to literally cark it at the end of day one, and that's what I did. So I was at that point, only 9 kilometres, so I was averaging like 12 kph more, and the houseboat was going as fast as it could, trying to keep up with me, because we can just glide really well. So we got to just past dangling rope, which is over halfway. So I think I did, 90 kilometres, 95 kilometres in that first day.
So you went from Hall's Crossing to dangling rope on the first day?
Yeah, but actually just past dangling rope, and died. I died at the end of day one. So they pulled me out of the water at, I think it was 40 miles or 41 miles to go, which was great, because it was well over halfway. Straight into the hot tub on top of the houseboat as we cruised in to beach for the night.
We jumped on in the hot tub.
You got a little soak in the hot tub?
Yes, so Abraham and I jumped in the hot tub to let our muscles recoup, as the sun was setting after, I think it was 12 hours of rowing. Yes, I wanted to punch out as much as I could, because day 2 sucks.
Yeah, day 2.
No matter what.
Sorry, Max, what have you got to say about the whole day?
I'm impressed. She's done a lot.
Okay, that's a good thing to say.
I couldn't do that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Rightio. Over to the captain, and here's Mike. Hey? What's your words?
She's crazy. She's a machine.
What would you like to say?
It's been a long day. She's done amazing. 52 miles? 53 nearly, right?
What's that marker say?
57, 43.
100.
So, impressive. Very impressive.
We'll come over to Mother here.
Amazing. Good on her.
What else?
What did you want to say?
So
about
well.
About Abby?
Nation, the guts. Proud of her. Then boom, straight into recovery, putting the machine on, and Katie's, got dinner going and everything like that. So real team effort. But
And we were just wired up for some bloody relaxation.
I wouldn't say that. It really hurts.
Does it hurt?
It's like an electric shock.
Okay. So, how did it go today?
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
How do we switch
Good.
this up?
We covered a lot of ground. And I hate the fisher boats.
Tiny 78. Jim would be proud of that. I think. Feet. Toes. Alright, I just started day 2 at 18 minutes past 7. And probably a little bit later than what we thought we would be. But we're just getting in the water now. Getting all set up. Guys are down there. Pit crew is doing their thing. Got Max on the right, holding on to the watch. Got Mike on the left, Abby centre. It's a very tense moment. 20 past 7. I think it's like 43 miles to run.
Wake up, you're sore, and then not to mention that's when the wind picked up as well.
Yeah. Yes. So, yep. Day 2 up at 6 a.m. I think I was on the water. So we actually had to backtrack 2 miles from where we beached for the night. So, yes, that was like, oh yay, let's backtrack. But luckily it was only 2 miles, and that was like a warm up anyway. So, yes, the wind was up. So that first 2 hours, I think, was headwind, going from, I guess, round Dangling Rope through, making towards, I think it's Padre Bay. Yeah, headwind. And it's slow and it's just choppy, and any bit of chop just sucks. You just can't, it's horrible. But yeah, got through that bit, and then you hit all the boats going out on this lovely Saturday morning. So yes, wakes, tons of wakes, and yep, not fun.
And then did you capsize at all? Did you stay atop the water the entire time, or? Yeah, no, I did capsize. So you're going from that headwind, and then we had a little bit of flat, and then I was doing really well. I was actually stoked. I was like, oh, this is actually way easier than I thought. I had some, obviously a ton of frustration. Like, the hot row wasn't hard, it wasn't easy, it was frustrating, more so than I anticipated. So when we got through to the narrows, I was like, oh yay, like, oh, I feel good, But no, the narrows was the hardest thing I've probably ever done, getting through that. The narrows is extremely slim passageway, which is one of the major ways that all the boats get out. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it was so rough. It was like being in the ocean. We were going 0.5 miles an hour through. Not even that. I think the houseboat was just in neutral going through. That was horrible. That was the lowest point. I think I had 1% left, and man, defeat was just hanging over. Not that I was going to let that happen, but that took, I think, 2 hours to get through. I think it was like 1.5 mile stretch or 2 miles. And that's gonna be so rough because you're getting it's in sight.
It was,
and then you just that was the most horrible thing I've ever put myself through. And even though, like, Abraham on top of the boat was getting sick.
Well, I got really sick. I got seasick.
It was just horrible. So when it's that rough, I can't get a stroke in. So it's just the pits. It's so rough, and I'd really badly injured my wrist. I've sprained it really bad, so it was just, that was just horrendous.
And that's when you start taking notice of how bad everything's hurting.
Yeah, that was, can't describe frustration, and just, I thought defeat was just, it hit me. But anyway, the houseboat went in front and I stuck in its wake, and we were just able to go extremely slow and get through it, and made it through the narrows, and never again am I going to do that. It was just not fun. So getting through the narrows, then we had all those weather storms that were over Page, and we only had 5 miles to go till the finish. So I think we got through there, it must have been at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, by the time we got through the narrows, because we were going to be so early to the finish, but no, narrows slowed us down. And we waited out, I think it was like 2.5 to 3 hours, the storms, and it was really windy, this like sand whipping up, and that was really windy. But in those 3 hours, I was able to just straight away recover. Katie's feeding me water, replacing my waters, electrolytes, pure sports nutrition, muesli bars, and I can't eat much, but I'm just eating little bits of everything.
And obviously the machine, I had that on for about 2 hours, just getting lactic acid everywhere in my body out.
And I'm sure that was a blessing in disguise after what you just went through in the Narrows, getting that time to kind of stop and regroup.
Oh yeah, like just, yep. It was like surviving a car crash or something. Oh gosh, yep, getting through the other side, just lying down and just, oh my gosh, I made it through that horrendous washing machine. So yeah, that recovery was really good. And then in that time, the crew boat whipped up and got people from Antelope Point to bring them on the houseboat for that last 5 mile stretch. And and then so it was huge team effort, and we were watching the radars and watching the storms coming through, and we had I think it was a window of about 48 minutes or 50, something like that, 50-minute window of, obviously it was windy, but it died down just a touch. It wasn't screaming, and so we had 5 minutes, boom, get the boat in the water because it was on the top of the houseboat, get it into the water, get my equipment, restrap my hands real quick, get going. And so we did, and there was a ton of people on board, and so I just headed that headwind straight for the last 5 miles or whatever it was. But in that time, because that was the most major headwind I'd had, when you have the headwind waves crashing on, like obviously I'm taking on a lot of water, but it's really hard to get a stroke in, and so it just catches. And so I did catch, and I ended up capsizing. Quite embarrassing in front of everyone.
Of course, and this is after they get the people from Antelope Point to come out and watch you finish out. Okay.
And because I survived the Narrows, which was a sideways waves, which you can't row through sideways waves, but this was headwind on, which is like a different hardness to get because obviously you get your blades out of the water, you got to go up to a catch, and it was caught. So that was real embarrassing.
It's almost like you can't get the oars out of the water.
Yeah.
When the waves are coming in like that.
Yeah, and it just catches with like waves breaking, and it just catches, and then your oar just whips, and it just caught, and literally you can't really recover. So I was just I fell in. But luckily we did that capsize training, so I could
practice came in.
They were trying to help me in. I'm like, no, I got it. So I just was able to jump straight back in, and then just keep. I can't. They were like, go, but I can't row fast in the chop. You just can't do it. Anyway, came around the bend, and then we could see Antelope Point, the finish, and then rode into the marina, and yay, it was over. Amazing.
And then on the massage table with Fletcher, huh?
Yep, I had some champagne, and everyone was at the finish. That was really cool, and then we had to jump straight on the houseboat, and Fletcher there. The masseuse was just straight onto my body, and which is why, like, how do you feel? You must feel horrible. I'm like, honestly, I don't feel too bad. Like, obviously I'm sore, but I don't feel too bad.
Now, how did you feel this morning?
Yesterday morning?
Or yesterday morning, yeah.
Or Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, yeah.
Like death. Yeah, so my hands obviously are so blistered up, it feels like I put them on a stove top and just held them on, a hot stove. They really hurt, and obviously my wrist, I can't move, it's sprained.
Good job. I'm impressed. I really am.
So, I didn't feel too flashy today. So I'm getting my appetite back, so I'm still eating now. But you know what? I think everyone else felt worse than me because we had this big party on the houseboat. So I think they were.
There was quite the shindig going down at Antelope Point afterwards.
So we had a good time. So I think I don't know who's actually worse off. I think Katie actually feels she partied on my behalf as well.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't feel too flash.
That's it. You did it for her. She celebrated for you. So that's it. It was very fitting.
So we did it for her, and raising this awareness of IBD and girls with guts. So we did the job, we topped it off. So that was just really cool. It was awesome to do that.
Who else was on your crew? Talk how forward towards the finish.
So I guess I had an off and on water crew. So the off water crew consisted of Chase, who would help me get the boat up there, and he helped obviously with all the getting the riggers off and boat maintenance and stuff like that. So he got me up to Halls Crossing and camped with me. And then there was Fletcher, who was my body magician. She got my body in shape along with Mike, chiropractor. And the on-water team was Katie, who was, I guess, like mother hen on steroids, going buzzing around crazy. She was, getting everyone. She was feeding everyone else and getting all my waters and food and what do you need, what do you want, blah 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 blah. So she was great. but really good actually. And then Mike, he was the houseboat captain, and along with Max, I guess he was the sidekick, because obviously the houseboat's huge, 72 foot, so you need a few hands. My mum was on board, but unfortunately she was really sick, so I guess she was moral support out from New Zealand. And Abraham, he was the team chair honour.
Team cheerleader.
Yeah. And my dad, Dad, he was supposed to be going back to New Zealand, but he changed his flights to be here for it. So between him and Katie worked really well, because they boosted forward from up lake to find me and helped me get through that logistical nightmare of the canyon and stuff like that. So yeah, they worked really well together as a team, and but ultimately it was definitely a team effort. They're like, oh, you did it. I'm like, no, I wasn't, because between all of them, we can't, get this happening and rolling. So it was a huge team effort making to that finish line. And
not just you.
No, I was just, I guess, the motor of the boat. It was a challenge. I wouldn't say it was hard, and I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was a challenge. Why did we do the Endure Row, Abraham? Why did we do it?
Well,
we did it for Mum, didn't we?
That's so
What's been happening with Mum?
she has been getting very, very sick.
She has, hasn't she? Inflammatory bowel disease. Hey, she's had quite a few surgeries.
Yep.
She's still going.
Yep.
So she's a bit of a soldier, isn't she? Yeah, so we did it for Mum. Yeah, I think that was what we tried to set out with the Enduro, is this dynamic between what Katie's endured and then what I'm self-inflicting, putting myself through, and just not the similarities of the mental strength that you need and the physical strength.
But knowing now what you know and looking back on it, would you do it all over again?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No regrets?
Yeah, no regrets. But no, I love this stuff, so if I can do it for fun for myself and I can do some good for others, let's keep it going with WinSome Consulting.